Do you think regular nutrition advice works for athletes? Well, I'm gonna need you to think again. What works for a sedentary coworker might actually be sabotaging your performance. Today, we're gonna break down sports nutrition, right, versus regular nutrition. And by the end, you'll know exactly which approach you're gonna need. So let's dive in. What's up, y'all? For those that don't know, I'm Coach Hassan, and I've been helping numerous athletes reach their full potential while also giving them the proper nutrition. So here's the thing. A lot of athletes out here are people of high levels of activity. They're out here following general nutrition guidelines from World Health Organization and just places like that, right? And they wonder why they feel exhausted. They wonder why they can't recover properly, and they wonder why they are hitting performance plateaus. Here's the problem. They're trying to fuel their high performance bodies like average people, all right, like a desk worker and things like that. So today we're gonna cover what sports nutrition is versus regular nutrition and whether you need to make the switch or not. Okay, so what exactly is sports nutrition, okay? So sports nutrition is a specialized application of nutrition principles designed to enhance your athletic performance, optimize recovery, and maintain your health under intense high stress, right? And the key differences with regular nutrition is just maintaining health in a general population, right? Whereas sports nutrition goes further, it's optimizing every single variable or nutritional variable for your peak performance and to have faster recovery, okay? So if you think of it like this, it's if you take regular nutrition as like maintaining a car for daily driving, and then sports nutrition is fine tuning like a Formula One race car, since that's like one of the popular things right now for maximum performance, right? So both need fuel, but the precision makes all the difference, okay? So sports nutrition has four main core value principles, right? Enhancing your performance, okay? Optimizing your recovery, support, training, adaptation. So the adaptations you get through training, and then obviously maintaining health under high stress, okay? Okay. So let me break down the three biggest differences between these two here. So energy and timing is going to be the biggest difference. Regular nutrition, you have to eat balanced meals, keep a steady energy, and prevent weight gain, okay? Whereas sports nutrition, you have energy timing around workouts. You need 3,000 to 6,000 calories during intense training periods, right? So different periods of your training as far as high level athletes and just high activity people are going to have different calorie needs. So in season, off season, things like that. For an example, an endurance athlete would need about 600 to 900 grams of carbs daily. But try explaining that to someone, they're on a standard low carb diet, right? But it's not just the quantity. Sports nutrition uses precise timing windows, right? So pre-workout, you want to eat 1 to 4 hours, okay? You want to have your pre-workout meal 1 to 4 hours before your training session. You want to have something during your training session if it's about 60 to 90 minutes or usually longer than 90 minutes. So this is like my powerlifting athletes, Olympic lifting athletes, those longer sessions. This is why they eat snacks during intra workouts. Drinks are really great to have because it releases those fast acting carbs. And then post-workout, you want to have 30 to 120 minutes after your workout, protein shake, a workout meal, things like that. And then your daily, when it comes to sports nutrition, your daily needs are based on whether it's a rest day or a training day. So these things are going to differ based on what type of athlete you are, what type of activities you do, things like that. So your daily needs are going to be based off of that. All right, so difference number 2 we're gonna get into is macro strategies, okay? So for regular nutrition, they recommend a balanced ratios spread evenly like throughout your day, okay? Whereas sports nutrition, it's gonna be based on your sport and based on your goals, okay? So 2 examples here, a power lifter would need 3+ grams of protein per kg of body weight, okay? With higher fats in their diet. Whereas a marathon runner is gonna want 8 to 10 grams of carbs per kg of body weight with moderate protein, okay? These are just very, very general like examples. These aren't, exact things, but, these are, recommendations needed as for sports nutrition compared to regular nutrition, okay? So if you're having balanced ratios spread evenly throughout the day, As a power lifter, most of those workouts are about 2, sometimes 3 hours, depending on where you're at in your season. And having a balanced balanced macros all the way through is not going to help you with the energy system that you need to lift that heavy weight, right? And same thing, you're not going to have the energy as a endurance runner, marathon runner, if you have balanced ratios, okay? So you want to stop eating like this and start working towards timing your meals and getting somewhere like this, okay? All right, so difference number 3 is going to be hydration and periodization, okay? With regular nutrition, all right, these folks are just drinking when they're thirsty. That's it. They're aiming for pale urine, okay? And then it just kind of stays static all year round as far as their periodization, okay? They don't have different seasons or things like that. They just keep doing the same things all year round, okay? So if you're a high performance athlete or you're a high activity level kind of person training, you do different activity stuff, you wanna start calculating your sweat rate, okay? Replace 150 to 700 milligrams of sodium per hour. So as we sweat, okay, people get dehydrated because when you sweat, right, you're losing sodium. So that's why salt is okay to use in your water to replace that, to help hydrate electrolytes. People just drink water all day and you actually flush out the electrolytes, okay? So, and then as far as periodization, right, with, sports nutrition, you have off season where we're focusing on building and recovery, right? You have preseason where you have body comp, right? You're trying to change your body composition. In season, you're maintaining, okay? You want to maintain your strength. You want to maintain your power, maintain your speed, all that type of stuff you're maintaining. And then you have postseason, right? Where you restore and you prep, right? So you recover from the season. It's been a long season, recover from those, that hard training for a marathon you had coming up, things like that. So even if you aren't a current athlete, right? And you're someone that is preparing for a 5K, preparing for a 10K, you have time, right? And here's my job as a trainer. You say the date, right? All right, let's say it's in December, right? You have a 5K coming up. That helps us determine a macro cycle of your off season, your preseason, your end season, and postseason, right? And this helps with getting your nutrition and training all in the same thing, okay? So as a trainer, a performance coach, and someone who's certified in sports nutrition, this is what I do, right? I help you map out your off season. So whether you're a football player, you're playing for high school, college, you're just someone that's playing soccer for fun, you have a season coming up, you're a marathon runner, those things like that is what we do. And this is why sports nutrition is so important compared to regular nutrition. Okay, so the last question you want to ask yourself is, do you need sports nutrition, okay? So you're gonna need it if you train more than 8 hours a week at moderate to high intensity, okay? If your training level is moderate to high intensity, more than 8 hours a week, all right? If you compete in sports, okay? Whether it's organized sports for high school, college, little league, middle school, things like that, okay? If you compete in sports or you're just, recreational, whatever, okay? You wanna get into sports nutrition. If you have specific performance goals, so like I said, Olympic lifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, things like that, sports nutrition. If you struggle with recovery, okay? So if you're someone that's working out and you just struggle to recover, you feel like following regular nutrition things isn't helping you, then you might want to start looking at sports nutrition and timing your stuff, okay? Regular nutrition, okay? You can stay at regular nutrition if you exercise for general health, okay? You train less than 5 hours a week at moderate intensity, so less than 5 hours at moderate. You have no specific performance goals, okay? You just want to work out, okay? You just want to work out, feel good, whatever. And then if you're satisfied with your current energy and recovery, then hey, stay with regular nutrition, okay? This is specific for people that have these things going on right now and they want to optimize to the highest level they can. So if sports nutrition sounds right for you, here's where we're going to start, okay? Here's a little framework for you. You want to start by tracking for 1 week. Track your eating, your energy levels, how you're feeling, and your performance levels, okay? Track and see how Monday felt compared to Tuesday, how Tuesday felt to Wednesday, or how Friday felt Monday, and just track from what you're eating and your energy levels and your performance, okay? Then we're gonna calculate the actual calories and macro needs that you need based on your training, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. Then step 3, we're gonna have a basic nutrient timing and implemented, okay? So based on steps 1 and 2, We're going to figure out how to implement nutrition timing, your pre-workout meal, post-workout meal, things like that. Then we're going to develop a hydration strategy that'll be personalized for you. Okay. So that's what you have to figure out. You develop hydration strategy, right? And figure out what's the best way to hydrate your body to stay hydrated and recover. And then step 5 is we're going to only use evidence-based supplements. Okay. So not the hottest thing on TikTok, not the hottest thing on Instagram. Okay. We're going to actually do research and we're going to help ourselves and have evidence-based supplements only. All right. So here's the bottom line. All right. Sports nutrition isn't just about eating food or taking random supplements. It's a precise scientific approach that differs from the regular nutrition we spoke about. And it's in your energy demands, your timing strategies, your periodization. That's, as we went over, that's how it all differs, right? And if you're someone that's serious about elevating your performance, but you've been using the Gen Pop advice for your nutrition, you're pretty much leaving money on the table, right? You're leaving gains on the table right there. Like we mentioned, running a race car, regular fuel, you're not going to get the most out of it, right? So the next step is honestly assess where you're at, right? Whether the current nutrition you have supports or limits the goals that you have for yourself, all right, and your performance. And if you're ready to optimize, start with the nutrition timing around your workouts, okay? Start eating a pre-workout meal if you're not. Start having a post-workout meal if you're not doing that already, okay? And I want you to drop a comment. Feel free to follow me, DM me. Let me know where you're at in your nutrition if you have more questions. Okay, this is just the basics to let you know the difference between sports nutrition and regular nutrition. Go ahead and follow my IG, sep.hassan with 2 S's, okay? Drop a comment on this video, send me a message, a DM if you're ready to make that transition or you have any more questions, okay? This is what I'm here to do. I'm certified in this, so I'm ready to help you. And if this helped clarify sports nutrition versus regular nutrition, go ahead and hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe, okay? And then I'm gonna give more evidence-based things like this, whether it's working out, whether it's nutrition. So be on the lookout for that. Next nutrition video we're coming out with is going to cover more about your macros, okay? And how to break those down, different ways to calculate that. All right. So be on the lookout for that video. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram, sep.hassan with 2 S's. All right. Y'all have a good one. Peace.